Welcome back, everyone. This is the last leg of the training in terms of training on the winner's guide to etiquette. Now, here is an important one. So, this is only for those who are single, who are waiting for that someone special, okay, the one that someone special who's made for them. So, this is for you guys, for all of you who are looking to date someone special. What I'm going to do for you is I have found a right video for you. I'm going to play that video, and I would want each one of you, whoever goes through this, to write in your own words those 10 points that that be covered in that video. What are your understanding of it, and how would you like to summarize this? So all the best, okay, for you to find your right partner. But I'm sure with these dating etiquette that we're going to cover, it is going to really help you in finding your soulmate. All right, let me play that video now.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about the 10 rules of dating. Now let's begin. Number 1, the 90-minute rule. So how long should you spend on a first date? Should you waste away the hours talking about everything under the sun? Or should you cut your date short before the conversation gets too personal? According to relationship experts, the ideal first date is 90 minutes long. An hour and a half is more than enough time to get to know someone. You can see their personality and you can enjoy their company. And at the end of those 90 minutes, you have enough information to make a decision. Is this the end of the road, or will you be seeing each other again? The 90-minute rule also spares you from those nightmarish first dates. You meet up, you start talking, and you realize, oh, this person isn't your type. But you don't know how to leave, so you're stuck with this person for hours on end. That's why experts recommend a hard 90-minute boundary. So, before you go on your date, tell the other person you have plans about 90 minutes after your date starts. Now, this boundary serves two purposes. If the date's going badly, then it gives you an easy escape. But if the date's going well, it creates a perfect opportunity to express your interest in seeing them again. So keep your first dates short and sweet. If the two of you have a strong connection, then you'll have plenty of time to dive deeper in the future. Number 2, romantic initiative. Taking the initiative is a tricky subject. There are lots of rules about who should take the initiative and when. Are guys responsible for the first date, and who proposes the second date if things go well? We have all these jumbled expectations and standards, but here's the truth. If you want to connect with someone, it's always your responsibility to take the initiative. All right, let's say you meet someone online and you want to go on a first date. You sit around waiting for them to ask you out, but they never do. You wait so long that your connection fizzles and your plan falls flat. So what if you took the initiative instead? Yeah, it's scary to put yourself out there, but you may discover the other person is feeling exactly the same way. People who take action find much more success in the dating world. Initiative shows confidence, which is an attractive trait all on its own. More importantly, initiative expresses both interest and enthusiasm. By putting it out there, you're telling the other person that they're worth the risk. Number 3, conversational boundaries. Imagine you just made a romantic connection. It's very early in the relationship, but you're imagining what the future might look like. You see all this potential in your new connection, and you want to speed up the process. You want to get to know them faster, and you want them to get to know you, so you start spilling all kinds of private details about your life. In the dating world, this is called oversharing. When you're dating someone new, there are some subjects you should talk about and some you should always avoid. Surface-level subjects like jobs, hobbies, likes, and dislikes are all fair game. These subjects keep the conversation light, lively, and fun, but if you start telling painful stories from your past, you run the risk of scaring them away. Your first date isn't the time or the place to spill your darkest secrets. Over time, if you two have a strong enough connection, those awkward conversations will happen naturally. Number 4, the first date taboo. Speaking of boundaries, there's one subject you should never mention on a first date. You can probably guess what it is. Your past partners. Comments about your ex are incredibly awkward. Mentioning your ex can create disinterest and ruin the atmosphere of your date. To other people, it feels like you're talking about your ex because you're still interested in them, and that discourages your date from getting to know you. So, keep your past partners under wraps. When the two of you connect on a deeper level, then you can share those awkward stories. And at that point, you'll have a strong enough connection to explore those messy details. Until then, just keep your romantic history to yourself. Number 5, upfront investments. All right, let's say you're talking to someone new and you find yourself wondering, are they looking for something serious or casual? Most people shy away from this sensitive subject. You may be worried your answer will scare your new connection away, but this is an important conversation to have early in the relationship. Just imagine, you're looking for something serious, but your date wants something casual. You may be developing feelings for this person, but they're not on the same page. So if this relationship ends, you're going to be the one who gets hurt. So don't be afraid to protect your feelings and express what you're looking for. Be upfront about your intentions, otherwise you may be investing in the wrong person. Number 6, dress to reflect. What should you wear on a first date? Traditionally, people have dressed up. Women wore dresses and guys wore pants and blazers. But in recent years, the dress code has started to change. Instead of dressing to impress, people are dressing to reflect. In other words, they wear what they wear in real life, and that way their style reflects their everyday persona. So you don't have to wear your fanciest outfit. Of course, you shouldn't wear sweatpants and baggy clothes either. You should wear clothes that make you feel attractive and confident, and that way you can show your date the most genuine version of yourself. Number 7, paying the bill. After a nice meal, who pays the bill? Should men always pay for their dates? Should couples split the check? Everyone has their own set of rules when it comes to money. Traditional men like to show romantic interest by footing the bill. But many women prefer to split the bill and pay for their own food. So which one's right and which one's wrong? Years ago, men were almost always expected to pay. A guy with manners would volunteer to pay for dinner. That was just the way things were. But recently, standards have changed. More and more couples are splitting the check. But it really doesn't matter who actually pays the bill. What matters is your intention. No matter who you are, you should offer to pay. Your offer shows respect for the other person's time and money. They may turn you down. They may volunteer to pay for dinner themselves, but you should always make an effort to pay your share. Because if you don't, there's a good chance your partner will notice. You should never assume your date's going to pay for everything. They might, but that should be their choice, not your expectation. Number 8, defining your interest. At the end of every date, what's the one thing you want to know? You want to know where you stand. Is this person interested in me? Do they want to go on a second date? Or will this be the last time we see each other? After a first date, tell the other person whether you're interested or not. You don't have to say, I like you, or let's be a couple, but you should say something like, I had a great time, let's do this again. Comments like these demonstrate your intentions. Once you've laid out your intentions, the ball's in their court. Either they're going to pull away or they'll express interest of their own. Before that can happen, you have to make your interest clear. The best time to express your interest is right at the end of your date. Before you say goodbye, let them know where you stand, because chances are that's the first question on their mind. Number 9, the 0-day rule. How soon is too soon? Many people live and die by the 3-day rule. They say you should always wait 3 days before asking someone on a date, but that rule has become less and less popular. Dating trends are changing and the 3-day rule is going out of style. So instead of waiting 3 days, show your interest whenever it feels right to you. If you want to ask them out the same day, then go for it. Ultimately, your confidence is far more important than the number of days you wait. There's one more big reason to skip that 3-day waiting period. In the early stages, many people talk to several partners at the same time. You may have made a connection with them, but you don't know who else they're talking to. With the availability of dating apps, there are plenty of other options available. So if you wait too long, your crush may move on to someone else. So ditch the 3-day rule and start using the 0-day rule. If you like someone, you don't have to wait, just summon the courage and go for it. Number 10, individual flexibility. We've covered a lot of dating rules, but there's one rule that stands above the rest. No matter what rules you follow, you should always be yourself. Because that's the most important thing in any new relationship. The other person wants to see you for who you are. They want a clear picture of your values, your mannerisms, and your priorities. So if you're a traditional person, then be traditional. If you're quirky and make your own rules, then don't be afraid to let your personality shine. The rules of the dating world should never suffocate your personality. Don't worry about whether you're doing the right things at the right times. Instead, focus on being yourself because that's what the other person wants to see most.